This is more than a breakup tale. This is about notoriety, mayhem, atonement, and the demise of one of hip-hop's most contentious partnerships. Following years of arguments, notoriety, and reconciliation, Christian Rock has officially declared her split from Blueface. And it seems permanent this time. Before the storm, there was peace. The globe witnessed a silent change take place for months. Together, there were less posts. No more tumultuous Instagram lives. No outrageous news reports about fights in parking lots, cell phone theft, or lost chains. Behind the scenes, something was shifting. Once renowned for her fierce devotion and ride-or-die mentality, Christian Rock was becoming silent. She began sharing more content about growth, peace, and God. Blueface, meanwhile, was not visible. He was actually serving time in prison. The internet was rocked by the announcement. Everything became evident on March 27, 2025. Christian made a shocking revelation through her songs as well as on social media. Yahweh, a gospel single she released, was unlike anything her fans had ever heard from her. No street references or trap music, just honest, open lyrics about spirituality, healing, and letting go. She also stated, "I'm no longer attached to what broke me," in a caption that rocked the business. "At last I'm free. Yahweh is now out." Her meaning was immediately clear to her fans. It was more than just the tune. This marked her separation from Blueface in public. From ready to fly to ride or die, let's take a moment to go back. Christian Rock was more than simply a romantic partner. The girlfriend was her. The person who went popular after getting Blueface's face permanently inked on her neck. Who engaged in public altercations to protect his reputation. Who supported him despite the fact that he made fun of her, cheated on her, or gave his baby mother the limelight. In front of millions, she suffered from verbal abuse, physical altercations, and innumerable humiliations. She didn't yell this time, though. On live, she didn't cry. She didn't toss shade or shoes. She simply left. The song that stated it all was Yahweh. Christians accomplished something significant with the liberation of Yahweh. She allowed her music to do the talking. More akin to a prayer than a performance, the song began with a calm piano melody. "Despite my brokenness, I discovered the light. I released the pain that held me back." It was obviously different from the world in which she had previously struggled for survival. It was the sound of a new beginning. Overnight, the song rose to the top of the gospel charts. Videos became viral. Even the reviewers who once made fun of her unpolished approach acknowledged that Christian had changed. This was no publicity gimmick. This woman was letting go of her history, the awakening of the soul. According to people close to Christian, she has been going to church more frequently. She's working with spiritual mentors, writing, and even discussing a Christian makeover of her music and image. "I used to think I needed chaos to feel real love, but now I know peace is love," she stated during a recent live stream. She began taking out her tattoos. Drama accounts were unfollowed by her. She removed outdated videos. This went beyond a simple breakup. It was a separation of spirit. Blueface responds from behind bars. Blueface was restrained while Chrisean was getting up. He had no practical means of responding in real time because he was now serving a 4-year term for a parole violation connected to an assault allegation from 2021. However, his presence persisted even from within. Insiders claim that Blueface knew about the song. Behind jail, word gets around quickly, particularly if your ex is a viral sensation. Here's the twist, though. He didn't return the clap. No reaction track, no public discs, and no cover from his team. It conveyed a lot, that stillness. The other potential partner, Jaden Alexis. Without Jaden Alexis, his long-term companion and child's mother, no Blueface story would be complete. Around the same time that Yahweh dropped, Jaden threw shade at Christian, rekindling previous tensions. She stated in an Instagram story that has since been removed, "You can't make a side woman a gospel singer, etc." She was not required to. Her quiet was more audible than a diss song. But the fans went crazy. Some criticized Jaden for being petty, while others support Chrisean's development. However, one thing was evident. Chrisean finished the triangle. And what about the baby? Yes, in the midst of all of this is a baby. In September 2023, Chrisean gave birth to her and Blueface's baby. At first, fans were optimistic. A youngster might help to calm the chaos. Perhaps Blueface would come forth at last. However, when Blueface raised doubts about paternity, those aspirations were dashed. Their co-parenting status is still unknown live on TV. However, Christian has made it clear in recent writings that she is proud to be raising her baby by herself. "Peace is visible to my infant. He will learn strength rather than survival as he grows up. She is taking motherhood seriously in this new period, a split based on public suffering. The fact that this split has been so well publicized since day one makes it feel different. They streamed their fights live. They were mesmerized. YouTube, Instagram, and Zeus Network all made money off of their suffering. They were not only watched as they fell in love, they observed them destroying one another. Fans are attempting to unlearn the turmoil they previously accepted now that it's ended. When the amusement stops and the actual healing starts, what happens? What will happen to Chrisean next? Rock. Chrisean is concentrating on reviving both her career and her soul now that the split is official. She is apparently in talks with multiple faith-based platforms for collaboration, working on a full gospel hip-hop fusion record, and planning a documentary series about parenthood. A new generation of youthful admirers has already been influenced by her, believing that if Christians can find peace, so can we. She's just getting started, and her narrative has changed from tragedy to testimony. Loudly, she loved. She put up a fierce fight. In front of millions, she broke down. She is now, however, getting to her feet. Not as Blueface's girl, but as a reincarnation of Chrisean Rock.